through some opportunity. All of our laundry machines on each of the floors. As you all know, currently, we own all those, okay, and as they break, we pay for them, and the price has really gone up, but he's gonna walk us through, what we think is a wonderful opportunity for us. Not only, for them to buy back our current units, but we're gonna get out of business of owning them, and they'll own them. And we still, retain our model of a break-even position with brand new machinery and them being completely responsible for it. But he'll get into the pros and cons, kind of a deeper dive into what that's all about.
Do you keep money, the income or no?
Yes, he'll get into those details, but yeah, we would wind up with 55% of the income, and they would wind up with 45% of the income. So, but again, we're going to jump deeper into it. I think it's a worthwhile. We've been through it. I think it's definitely a worthwhile thing to pursue. But Larry's been into the weeds on a little bit, and so have I. And this is just the opening round of the discussion, and Dennis is going to walk us through there in a deeper dive. Further down, we're removing from our discussions today the automatic doors and the roll shields. We've had additional estimates come in the last 48 hours, and as you know, we've been pretty sticklers about getting three presentations from 3 different companies on everything we do, and getting 4 and 5 even makes more sense. So Sandy was good enough to send those out just a little bit earlier, and it caught our attention, and it makes sense. So we're going to talk about that next month. Okay, so today those will come off. Everything else.
The auto doors we're doing next month is what you're saying?
What?
The auto doors is what we're doing.
Yeah,
next month?
we're going to
Okay.
revisit that
Okay.
next month because some things came in.
Okay.
So both those, the roll shield and the automatic door will be discussed next month.
Yes, the roll shield on,
Over the double doors, it'll come just like next door. So it'll be,
like carrying.
Oh, yeah.
no, on the first floor, the silver doors.
Oh, contract store.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it'll be set up just like there, and another big benefit, excuse me, have the conversations later. Another thing that's very, very important is that this makes our building now also ADA compliant, which is something we've never been. And, wheelchair accessibility is very, very important. I watched a couple people this past few months really struggle, and it kind of breaks my heart. So we want to make the right decision. We want to make a long-lasting decision. And this is a lot of money. We have to get it right. So we're going to delay this 30 days so that we can take another look at it. With that said, okay, we do have a quorum we're established that. Don is not here tonight. He's with family. Oh, but he's on. Okay, great,
Yeah.
great. And then we'll be moving on to the presentation for Dennis. I want to give him as much time as we can. The rest of our agenda is pretty fast. It'll go pretty quick. But Dennis, if you want, Dennis from Commercial Laundry, I'll turn it over to Dennis. We'll jump into some of the pros and cons. And Dennis, I'm going to warn you, we do have some experts in the audience. So.
So we went over a few options. We had some purchase outright options, but I think the primary thing was getting away from the coin and going with something that was cashless, either a tap card system or a debit credit card system as well. So I did 3 proposals. 2 of them were purchase quotes, and one of them was a proposal for revenue share agreement. With the revenue share agreement, we supply all the equipment, we supply all the maintenance, parts, labor, everything is included inside of it. It's at our cost and our expense. And then we split the revenue, as he said, 55 for our community, 45 for ourselves. We do a purchase back on all the equipment that's currently existing, all 36 pieces for $9,500 is what I had done. And I believe we also spoke about today a loyalty program. So for the renters, they probably won't see the benefit of it, but for owners who are using the equipment long term, they will. Every 10th cycle that you use, if you're using it with your phone app, you'll get the 11th wash string. So it's every 5th full cycle, because every use of it is considered once. So every 10th cycle, you get 1 free wash.
Is that a specific down, Apple we would,
specific app that you download, yes.
We download.
We would have this posted up inside of the rooms as well.
Under your company?
Commercial laundries was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
We currently service the equipment as it is. So
Okay.
familiar with the property, I think we've had a relationship with you guys as well. You know, if there was some question about front load washers versus top load, we obviously prefer to stay with top load washers. They're a lot less expensive in the long run in terms of durability, maintenance, serviceability. Definitely a lot more user friendly for our and more service friendly.
and they don't steam.
The front loaders,
Off
they do,
the front.
yeah, you'd have to worry about keeping the doors open. Stop loaders, stuff like that. That's concern. Another big thing would be vent price. If you're using the front load washers, vent price would probably be more expensive than what it would be on a top load washer, as they cost us more to clean.
Oh.
I think you guys a no cost solution to replace everything in one shot. We like to make it make sense for everybody.
Dennis, just one question.
Yes, sir.
Are you replacing all the equipment?
All, every washer, every dryer will be replaced for a new 2026.
And you'll have a machine on site that we can load a card if that's what we
So
also.
there's two different options. Our primary option is a modem-based one where there's a card reader directly mounted on each and every single machine individually. You would do it the same way you would use that like a gas. You tap, swipe, or insert your card. You press on the machine. It'll display how much time is left. It'll start with the phone app. It'll tell you when the cycle is done, come get your wash. When the dry is done, come get your dry. You can actually see if the machines are available before you even leave your room. So you'll know if they're in use before you even go to one.
That is a nice feature.
Well, if that's what we'll do, that's what doesn't know what we'll do.
What is your service level agreement? What is the service level agreement you have with us? Like how, if we call 3 o'clock in the morning, we call Saturday or Sunday.
48 hours. You moved to the very top of the list. Yeah, within 48 hours, absolutely. We have a tournament on that. 45% of 0 is 0. So if a machine is down, we do take it pretty seriously. And we're just, so right now you are outside service because you own your own equipment. You wouldn't be that anymore. You'd be a house account. So we take care of it.
Raphael.
Can you tell everyone a little bit about the company, how long it's been in business, how many machines you shared with me or that you have under contract?
Our company's been around. We're in Tampa. We're in international airport. We've been there for 46 years. We probably have about 10 to 11,000 machines out on route right now that we manage. So we supply machines across the state.
Any on this cake?
We have quite a few. I can't name any off the top of my head. I know we used to operate everything called
Have we investigated how, what their experience is?
Yes, and they're
Along with 3 other of their competitors, yeah.
I know that we operated inside of Coral Shores, Barefoot Beach Club, and a few others a long time
I've
ago.
had it in Reddington Shores and it was very convenient. Because orders are not convenient. And you can't even get it to the drive. You literally got to go into the bank. And yeah, that's not.
But yeah, we do have multiple councils. And else is definitely specifically along Gulf Boulevard is our busiest area. We have 4 technicians dedicated to the strip specifically. So at all times. So I should within 48 hours. Realistically, this is our most covered area. And also is definitely our most heavy traffic areas.
Yeah, you guys come pretty fast, even, we're not the preferred client at this point, but he comes usually within 48 hours.
Still have Jeff.
Yeah. But the thing is, right now I pay $250 each time he comes, so I try not to call very often.
He's good.
Yeah.
I don't know who Trevor was.
It's the equipment out.
Oh,
Yes.
So you said you prefer top loaders, but I thought we had a water issue in this area. What's the difference between the front loader and the top loader uses of water?
So the front loaders absolutely use less water.
Absolutely.
I believe it's about 10 gallons less per cycle. But that's a round number.
no.
The top load is better because you can take out or add more after it starts.
That-
With the front of the can.
The capacity of the front loader is larger than what the top loader is, but I don't think that it would accommodate it. You're gonna be paying more money for it on a
It's
regular
steep
basis.
too, in the long run, 6 months and it's speaks, I've gone through 2 of them and they smell. I mean, even if you could run the stuff to walk through, you're supposed to open it, run your finger through it.
With the fresh energy, you can absolutely, it's not impossible to maintain them and keep them without something, but it is definitely more laborsome. Just to make sure that everybody is using the part and keeping the door cracked open so they can dry out properly after each
Right.
use.
Yeah, we
And then
can't
it's
count
up to
that.
the new some more. It's just easier for upload.
But you don't-
top or front load?
The dry, always, all direction.
CJ, you said we could put a few, you know, maybe put a few, of the front loaders, you know, on maybe every fourth floor or something, to put in
Put a
larger.
few front load washers in if people would like that.
To see if it's preferred.
Well, I think it does take, you know, you could put comforters in things, that's what I've been told, like,
Oh, I understand.
whereas the top loaders, you can't put
Right,
as
right.
much.
They have agitators in them?
Not in front load washer, the top load washer.
The way, the top one.
The top load washers will have an agitator.
Agitator.
but not the side loaders. The top load washers are 18 pound capacity and the front load washers are 21.5.
We can't get the top loader with the top without an agitator in it.
Most of the commercial grade top load washers are going to come with an agitator.
Why wouldn't you want the agitator?
Because it does, and it gives you more room to do, you know, larger capacity, and it's not
It
as,
does a better job washing.
it's not as strong on your clothes. It doesn't hurt your clothes. I mean, it washes it, wishy-washy, but it doesn't affect your clothes as much.
What's with the old machines when they're taken
We're
down?
protecting them back.
So we own you.
Yeah, correct. We took that into account as well. So we're gonna just take them back. Some of them will absolutely get rid of, and some of them will keep.
And then we'll get a credit on that?
Yeah.
I just want to let everybody know, I went to 2 other vendors and they were not offering anything for our current washing dryers. They were just gonna throw them in the trash, so. 9,500 looked pretty good.
That's what they're giving us for the ones we
Yes.
have? Yeah, that's pretty,
Carrying a little bit more of that on the books.
Yeah.
that's really fair, I think.
18 is crazy.
All speak.
9,500.
Yeah. That's
Front loaders don't smell anymore.
It's just, if they're not dried out after each cycle and they keep those doors closed, they will build up mildew inside.
Almost all washers now have HE7. Front loaders used to be smelled with size, so there's not any soap acting, it's not HE.
There's still some. There are still some, we still see it, where there's oversudsing.
That would be a stipulation, if you have a front loader, not to use soap that's not HE. Correct. So.
Well, you keep counting on people to do that.
The washers that indicate how much detergent is used inside them, it's only used HE, but
Put HE, if you put HE or front loaders in all the washers here, in your 48-hour before you come out. Is there any way that we could train our maintenance guy to take the front off and clean the pump? That's normally what happens.
yeah, for sure, to get into the impeller, make sure there's not just something
Yeah,
obstructing.
absolutely, because that's usually what happens, is your water full of water. You can't open the door if it's full of water, so you have to close it in there and you leave it.
Clear out the impeller, and then they can. Open the door latch. Yeah.
And the top loader, you're not gonna be able to wash the pump, let alone king size.
Yeah.
sheets.
You can't,
But not-
Let's see somebody out there might ask.
Then you go to the commercial.
The one we have down here.
Cost, the increase in
I
cost
won't be on their toes.
As far as.
as far as the
What's
washing,
making the top loaders and front loaders or just
No.
across the board?
just about. the-
Yeah, that would be another thing. If we came in here and you replace all the equipment, the price would obviously go up some from what it's at. I think you're currently at make sure some floors are $1.50 on the wash and $1 on the dry. And some floors are vice versa, I believe. I'm not entirely sure.
why is that?
That,
Because I've encountered that.
I'm not sure.
And that's because it's funny. What's the price gonna be?
$2. Minute $2.
So it's going from 250 in total to 4.
Correct.
So 2 and 2.
Correct. $2 for the washer, $2 for the dry.
How long do the cycles run on the washers?
Six quarters.
Yeah, it depends on the cycle you select. The adult
That's
it runs up to 30 minutes. And I think the widest cycle is 34.
250,
So,
and they're paying us $267 for 15.
and it'll have a display up there.
Don't use it.
I gotta discuss it, I want some more.
Okay, okay, the price would increase from $2.50 to $4.
Correct. Yes, correct.
As far as the numbers are concerned, the 55% and for us, and 45% for you. Historically, that generates about $20,000, a little over $20,000, $22,000 is the gross revenue that we've had for the years. We raised the price about 3 years ago to the
250.
So, now, out of that, we had to pay for buying the new machines. Machines went from, over the years, from less than $1,000 to $1,600 and more. So,
They're closer to 2,000.
Oh, they're over two
Over
thousand.
$2,000.
Yeah.
are they,
Top of it.
so the net result was, we made, as far as the quote profit, about half of the gross amount. So we made about 10,000, 12,000, depending on how many machines we had to replace that year.
Correct.
So the 55%, even of the old number, would have been probably replacing enough that we could get 55% of the new number will be a bump up.
They're paying
They're
us,
increasing it then, so yes.
Yeah.
It should be.
they're paying us $257.89 for the machines.
Now, what is going to happen as far as the board's concerned, they had to collect the orders every 4 or 6 weeks. You're not going to have that activity anymore.
Thank God.
So they could have salary.
Thank God.
Correct. You won't have that activity, and the community will also have a vendor portal where they can do all the transactions as they have. So we pull it on a once-a-month basis before we send out revenue checks. Or if you want ACH, if you're ACH as well, you guys can pull those off.
Yeah, no, ACH would be the way to go.
So we do get it from the, so we could do every $25 we replenish it. How do you keep the amount of money on the debit card full?
Oh, it's your debit card. I mean,
Oh,
just.
so you-
tap
Your
your
debit
card,
card, yeah,
just like you would anything
Oh,
else.
okay, so
like that.
it's charged. You can't do credit. debit.
No, you can use debit card, credit card. You can use a prepaid gift card if you have one of those on it, or you can use the phone.
But yeah, using the phone app, folks, I think the real strength here, though, if you use the phone app, right? And you as owners here who are here full time and you use the laundry all the time, every 10th cycle, you're gonna get a free wash. So, you know, if you use the washer 5 times, the dryer 5 times, now you're getting a free one. So that's a nice benefit to have.
It is.
It's something to keep in mind.
Every one of each? Is that what you're saying?
It's a free wash.
It's a
Every
free one.
10,
Free
10%.
wash.
Yeah.
Correct. Every 10 cycles, right now it's set to give $1 worth of float credit, but we choose that to be.
If it goes to the same credit card. you-
Every
It
$20.
won't be the same credit card. It's through the phone.
Use the phone.
Keeps track of which email address is associated with the account. After the 10th use, for this location specifically, it's going to automatically give you the free wash.
Yeah.
Which I mean, being honest with you, that's the first time. that-
You'll just tap with your phone.
I
it
just
just
looked
links
into
your
that
credit
today,
card.
because we talked about something for the owners.
What's that?
I think I know the answer to this. Can we determine how properly used for what?
I don't think we have the ability to do that.
We don't have separate meters at all. Really, to me, front load versus top load costs now to water.
Well, it's 10 gallons per load. It's significant,
That's what I mean.
you know, so.
Maybe upfront cost more per
W-
load. but down the
We're
road-
gonna take a deeper dive into this a little bit over the next 30 days. This is a preliminary meeting. Something to keep in mind, if we do go all front loaders, okay? You know, folks we're being asked to bend over more. I'm just putting that out there because it's a fact of life, you know, because you gotta bend down.
Front load washer?
Number two, yeah. And number two, it's gonna cost more. Okay, there's a significant increase in the cost per unit basis for commercial laundry to invest here to put in all front loaders versus all top loaders. So the price would probably go to $3 for the wash and $2 on the dry.
250.
Okay. Oh, okay, good. I'm glad you can say that. But so there are trade-offs to that, right?
Wow,
For front load washers.
It would cost more.
Oh, absolutely.
It'd be good.
Yeah, they're about $1,200 more for you.
I like to put things in like far away
but you're saying it would cost us $250 if we had front loaders?
$2.50 just for the wash,
Oh,
not for the dry.
okay.
And you can't.
No, I don't definitely don't want a front loader.
Although.
I've experienced, so I want to be experienced.
Pros and cons of
Any other questions for Dennis?
Well, a top loader fills up twice full, no matter the cycle of six. The front loaders will compensate the water, depending on what you have. You have a quill, set the valve to a quill, that's going to give you more water, but you need more water, quill. But if you're washing every day long, save so much on water having front loaders. I mean, it might be costly. Very, most of the time, it's like 25% water from the front versus top. Because during the rinse cycle of the front, there's that spray, fill up, you get water.
There's.
It doesn't. Clothes will not get filled out. Versus a top loader with an agitator, your clothes are getting G'd up. You'll see a lot more less lint in your dryer. Than you will in the top. Because clothes will be.
I guess we just go with the pros and cons.
So I just want to add that I had a front loader. It was an LE, I think. And I couldn't have been more happy to get rid of it. Unless we can count on people to leave the doors open, which I don't believe we can. We can't count on people to return the grocery carts. So if you don't leave the door open, mildew will grow in the seal area because we had to continually clean it. And if other people are using it and you go to put yours in and you see all the mold built up, I'm not going to be happy looking at it. And I know you might say there isn't going to be any, but my experience is there is mold.
I can agree.
How old was your wash? How old was it?
We bought it brand new.
Years ago?
We've had our current one probably 6 years. So prior to that.
They come a long way. I mean, you guys work on, you know.
Yeah, that's fun. I worked on it for a long time. I was a technician at this company.
There used to be algae issues, but
But we still have accounts to this day where we have to go and run and clean them and use a fresh test.
Yeah.
Well, if there's a way for them to save $1 and buy a cheaper citrus, not a cheap, they absolutely will. Now, noted, that's not in this area. There are some areas that we have to front load washers.
Maybe putting one like every 4 floors or something like that may make sense.
And that's an option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I see that. There's having some water savings as well.
And
I think over
comforters.
the next 25 days or so, please provide some feedback to Sandy. She'll gather the notes. We definitely want to hear the voice of the community on this. It's an improvement that we need to make. And I think long-term, it's a smart improvement because it's going to cost us less. And maybe we can put a few pennies in the bank, So I think all around, it's a win-win situation. So I would encourage any feedback, go to Sandy. Sure, yeah, by all means.
So in other words, if you forgot to put something in, you went back to you, and you found something, you want to open up the front loader and put, you can. You edit that. You got a point, because I agree.
Just remember what happens on the top.
Can't you?
I agree. Are there any other questions for Dennis?
well, real quick, the new ones, you can't open up the lid once it's done.
Okay. On the speed queen, absolutely.
You can't stop it.
100%. There's brakes on speed queen. The Maytag and multiple, they don't have brakes. So they have it's out there. But on the speed queen, it's out. You can up whatever.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Have a good night.
Great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right, moving on, all right, reading of the minutes, we want to do those or waive those? I need a motion.
I'd like to make a motion, we waive the reading of the minutes.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You got that, Lisa?
All right. As I mentioned earlier, we will not be discussing the installation of the new double doors or the roll shield. We've had additional information come in over the last 48 hours, so we'll be skipping over that. Other than that, I think that you could see that we continue to do maintenance around the buildings and prepare our buildings, you know, for inspection and so on. I know that we have to, you know, really be careful with the rest of our expenses the rest of the year. The numbers that are coming in for, you know, painting of the building and the general repairs of the building, the cement work are probably going to be a little higher than was initially budgeted for. So we want to make sure that we have enough in reserve to meet that next year. The goal would be to do it either in the summer or fall of 2027.
Are you talking about cement work?
That'll and the painting, yes. That'll be done next year. So we want to make sure that we're adequately prepared for that. Prices seem to be rising at crazy rate these days. So
Is that where like all the rebar is showing that those rebar is
it can be,
rusty
it can be, yeah.
Because I saw it, I was walking around and I saw it's been patched like 3 times. And it needs to be resolved, not continue to keep patching it.
Yeah, well, it won't be. These are
I'll
long-term
patch it, it's gonna be
solutions.
cheaper.
These will be long-term solutions. Did you have a question, Arlene?
I did.
Okay, yeah, you need to
Oh,
not interrupt when somebody else is talking.
With the, I don't understand what the roll field is. Can you explain it?
Next door, you know how they have
It's a shutter.
the shutter come down, the rollers,
You know, like I have on my windows.
Exactly.
same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
What are they for? I mean, what's the purpose of it?
For the wind, right? So that we don't have to put the cones in front of the new doors and stuff like that. So next door, I think they have a great system there. They just roll the shutter down in high winds and that resolves
And
all the
use
issues.
another increase.
Yeah, we're spending on average, and this is a number that's probably going to shock you, but we spend on average annually, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, it might be a little bit too low, around $7,000 with Right Way, just to come and turn our elevators back on because the wind knocked it out because the doors were misused. This will pay for itself in less than a year. And it becomes a real nuisance. You know, we have folks up in the higher levels. That's hard. They can't walk 19 floors and 20 floors. So we get very dependent on those elevators. And I think that's a great solution, you know, for a long-term benefit. And it makes us ADA compliant, which is also very important. So it'll make this building finally wheelchair compliant. So
If I may ask a
that's-
question, because
You
those 2 metal doors, if we had something around there to divert that wind, that wouldn't fall into the air shafts. And I personally, you're talking about being ADA compliant, I personally cannot come to those 2 glass doors with a rolling cart. It's impossible. I can't physically.
what glass?
At 80,
Very much.
what's the 2 glass
Coming
doors?
into the tunnel, you know, you have to go in the one door.
If
Oh,
I
yeah,
come
that's-
in from the
That's
downstairs,
why we're addressing.
yeah, I can't get through those 2 doors. I'm just saying, maybe if I come car with me.
And that's why we're addressing it.
And
this
I
way.
am ADA as well, thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, so with that, you know, we can move on to the treasurer's report. Larry, what news do you have for us?
I don't have a lot to say. I can say a little bit. We did not get our financial reports. You know, this is tax season, so our accounting office is pretty well bogged down in finishing taxes for everybody and things. So there's a little behind in getting our reports to us. I didn't see them until this afternoon, so I don't really have too much time to go through them. I looked basically at the P&Ls to know where we're at compared to our budget. And I just give you some highlights. Looks like Tower One is going to end up year to date. I'm talking year to date. They're going to have about a $20,000 shortage. In other words, a loss to an overage, if you will, that we have overspent there's two big items. One is landscaping. We spend a lot of money now. The way we budget, it's allocated over the month, so we spend it all up front. Assuming we don't spend a whole lot going forward, we'll probably be fine for the year, but right now it shows that big shortage or a big expenditure over the budget. And the other piece is we continue to have all these leaks in Tower One. The building repairs are just, are about $6,000 over. So between the 12,000 that landscaping is showing as a shortage and the about $6,000, that's 18 of the 20 that shows up as a shortage year to date for Tower One. But again, we'll recover on all that. So it's not a big issue at this early stage of the game. Tower Two shows about a $10,000 shortage, and that's mostly made up of continuing legal expenses we have over in Tower Two. So that's about $6,000 of the 10 that's we're short right now. And that doesn't look like that's going to go away. So
What that wrought iron fence cost us?
Pardon me?
sorry.
What did the wrought iron fence cost?
I'm rolling the front,
It's an aluminum fence.
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, what did the aluminum? cost?
I don't recall at this moment, but it's in your minutes. It's in the report.
That was last year.
Yeah, we put that in.
Last
put it in
year's-
last year. So I don't know
Or
off the
it's
top
all
of my
it's
head,
off my head.
13 grand.
I was just curious. I don't know how much the cap is that the board gets to decide how much is spent what's the cap before it needs to go in front of the home?
Has to be greater than 10% of the total budget. So once we spend over about 100,000, 200,000.
Oh my gosh, you're
Oh,
kidding
yeah.
me.
On any one item, right?
Right,
Correct.
right.
Over 10K before you have to address the homeowners on?
More than
More than that.
10% of the budget.
10% of the.
And you said it was over
100,000.
So if the fence was 120,000, we'd have to come to the
Right.
people. It's for any one item.
Right.
Okay.
So that's Tower Two. Shared, we're running about, we have a positive amount in shared right now. Some of that has to do with our accounting office. They converted to a new system over there. Their billing system was a bit wacky last fall. And so we're still trying to catch up on some of that. So right now we just haven't had to pay as much as we should be paying for them right now. So we're over a little bit, about $6,000 there. So you'll see all the reports when I get a chance to produce them, and we'll send them out. If you have questions, you're always welcome to call me or email me. I'll try to answer whatever you have. Anything now?
I think it's something you're breathing.
Say,
No, I think it's something.
otherwise it's only the second month of the year. We're still in, we got a lot of months to catch up, so we're in good shape. We'll be in fine shape. I just can't let these guys spend too much, that's all.
That's
Going
fine.
forward.
Well, you're the treasurer.
Real assembly.
Yeah.
That's
All
why.
right, managers report.
Okay, so we'll just start with the delinquency reports. Tower One, we really don't have much, $370.65, and that's just all little minor things that can be, yeah. Tower Two is a whole other story. We have $38,592, and that is mostly one unit. And there are other errors on that age report because I don't know. There's several errors, so it's not as high as that, but it is really high, and it's gonna not go any low soon. It's not looking great. To collect is gonna take some time. We're getting proposals from AGM to possibly replace our reclaimed water with well water. This will do, and it was a suggestion Larry had brought up, and it's an excellent suggestion. I don't know why we haven't done it. We have wells and they run deep. Apparently it would supply all our water needs and we would never have to be on a restriction again. So that's what we're looking into getting a proposal from our current landscaping company.
And what is that? Instead of using the city water?
Correct.
It's.
So we would not have to-
Clothes and your skin and your body and your hair.
Well,
No,
it won't be
This
replaced.
is for irrigation. This is only for irrigation.
This is for the irrigation,
Oh.
to replace the reclaimed water irrigation
Yeah.
with the well water. So we don't have, right now we're under a water restriction, we can only water once a week. We would be able to water unlimited amounts, and we wouldn't have to pay that monthly fee. It's not that much anyway, but it still would be a monthly cost that would go away.
We currently have wells and the wells are used to run our pumps and our pools. Theoretically, we should be able to connect our irrigation system to that same well. So that's what we're looking at trying to do.
You see, once we establish the cost investment in it, we'll see how long it takes for the return on that investment, because then we start paying the city for that water.
Right.
So, I think it could be, a real good long-term solution.
Yeah.
And I think the bigger point to Sandy, we won't be on any restrictions. Yeah, so we'll keep our plants healthy. The landscape committees can spend more.
No, they could spend less because the plants will live instead of.
Might encourage, I don't know, might encourage them to buy more, I don't know.
I requested proposals from commercial laundry and some other vendors too. Like I said, they seem to be the best. There are vendors that we've been using for years for maintenance. They're very responsive, and the other two companies are not local, and they also did not offer us anything for our current machines. They said that they were all useless and they would, throw them away. So, I mean, it's up to you guys what you want to do, but I just think they're the best option.
Just so you know, you have to stop interrupting. I'm sorry, but you're interrupting every 4 minutes. This is not your meeting, it is a group meeting, please. Okay, ask your questions at the end. I think another thing that we need to understand, Dennis had mentioned $9,700. We're carrying on the books, I think 12,000 to 13,000.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be revisiting a conversation with him to at least cover off on that portion. And hopefully we can get to that 12,000 to 13,000, because that's important too. We want to clean up our books.
Right.
So just wanted you guys to keep that in mind as you provide your feedback to Cindy.
I hired a new administrative assistant. Her name is Amanda, and hopefully she'll stay for a while.
Did you replace Christian?
She replaced Christian and Shayla and Anastasia. She was only here a couple of days. Anyway, she seems very nice. She's from Connecticut. Everybody welcome her. She's very friendly. And she's an excellent assistant. So far, she has great office skills. Good. Okay, I'm just going to the major things. So we did have a hiccup with our accountants this month. I don't know if you all did. Some people did, some people didn't. Get hundreds of emails from Enumerate. Yeah, it was a glitch. That's all they told me. They said, hey, sorry, it was a glitch. So I don't have any more information than that. I would not use that portal personally. These people have been calling me to explain their ledgers. When before their ledgers were very, very easy to read, the ledgers on this Enumerate are very difficult to read, and they don't make sense to me, and they don't even make sense to the accountant. So good luck with it. Don't call me. I can read your ledger a different way and explain it to you in much simpler terms. If you need me to explain something on your account, your ledger, please just call me directly and I'll explain it to you, because that portal, I don't know. It's not the best. I was really hopeful too, because their old software was TOPS, which was really antiquated, and you really couldn't do much with it. So I was excited that this was going to be a whole lot better. And so far it's not been. You're not happy with it either, Larry, aren't you?
There's always issues with new conversions.
It's just growing pains.
Anyway, so sorry about that. That was a big faux pas. So what else? Yeah, we're continuing to deal with a lot of legal problems with Tower 2. We are doing a lot of landscaping. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's a lot of landscaping that we've removed in Tower 2. Tower 1 put in a lot of new landscaping. We're still trying to figure out what Tower 2 is going to do with their landscaping, and so everybody's working on that. They are gonna replace those, palm trees in Tower One around the tennis court that kind of died. I just got a proposal to add those new ones too, and it was about 1,000, which is not bad. Yeah, for the 8 and then plus the 3, I think it was. That's what Angela asked me anyway.
Thank you.
We did change some pavers. I guess maybe you noticed in Tower One, we just redirected and repositioned some pavers to make it a little more, where we could put a little more chair room in the back corner. And, we added some pavers around, that new fence, the privacy fence. And we're gonna be putting in a little bit of grass, artificial grass in that area. Because nothing really grows there, and it's just all weeds, and it's just all mud, and anyway, that's gonna be happening. Yeah.
Well, and
We just, we had to replace the transmitter and the arm, the gate arm was broken. They replaced the transmitter. Finally. The asphalt was repaired. We had that, leak underground. That was an irrigation leak that we had to have repaired, and then they patched it up. The FTCs for the new, for the, that we're relocating, the FTCs, for the water pressure for the fire hose, they're gonna be putting them in May. Very soon. They've put them in, because they didn't want to dig it out underground. They're both leaking. Both, when we did the 5-year test, I think I told you guys about this before. They both leak, so they're both being redesigned, and they're going to be in the medium, and they're going to be coming in May. So expect that soon. Yeah.
that's good.
That question, but
Yeah. Okay.
I can ask you.
So Piper Fire, we're still having a lot of problems with modules. I'm having to get them on the secondary market. We got a proposal to replace all the fire panels because the Bosch equipment that we have right now is currently discontinued. And so Piper Fire, everybody's making us go to eBay to get these modules. Well, eventually they're going to run out of modules because everybody's kind of in the same boat as us. But it's ridiculous amount. I don't even want to tell you how much they want to replace the fire panels, because it's not just the fire panels, it's all the, all the announcing equipment and all the modules that are all located all throughout the building. So it's quite a fortune.
It's outrageous.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to think of something
We're kicking that one
ingenious.
down the road.
Yeah.
Well, they got to come out. No, well, we're going to 2 other companies as well.
Yeah.
The numbers just, it's outrageous.
We've been having some issues with the elevators in Tower 1 and Tower 2. Then both of them were not caused by wind. Still don't. Well, one, we know Tower 2 the reason, but anyway, we're not happy with the service we're getting with Rightway. So we're also going to think about, interviewing a few different companies. Our contract's coming up soon, so just be aware that
Are there plenty of companies to get?
there are, and I've been researching them. It really just boils down to what technician you get. If you get a good technician, then you're golden. But they come and they go. And Rightway seems to lose a lot of the good technicians. I don't know. The last one they sent, he was here 3 days and he couldn't seem to fix anything. Then they sent another guy and he fixed it right away. So I'm not happy with them. People got stuck in the elevator. To me, it's unacceptable. Once, maybe twice, not good. That's very poor for an elevator company. We continue to get leaks under the slabs in Tower 1. Please make sure to change, turn off your water if you're leaving for any amount of time, because we just don't know when they're going to pop up, and they just pop up randomly, and it doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason except that the pipes are old. And
Where are the leaks?
they're under the slabs, the little copper pipes.
Oh, on the lower, on the
Underneath that slab, so we can't repipe it. What we're doing is cutting it off at the slab and then redirecting the pipe up and over. So it is a little bit of work, and
Is it coming from somebody having like a leak in their home? Is that how it's coming in?
it's a leak under the flooring, under the concrete slab. And it's
So if you come in, we couldn't even see.
you cannot see it.
Every condo.
Yeah, you cannot see it.
Every unit can.
Yeah, you can see it when the
Oh, I
water
don't have
bubbles up.
it. We would know it if it was our unit. You would not know it.
Well,
That-
it pops up through, it goes down through other floors. Or it comes
So
up.
they would know it. 'Cause I-
Yeah, sometimes it does also, like it bubbles up underneath your floor, so you'll know it. I mean, but yeah, let me know as soon as possible, any leak.
So, yeah, question is, we had that major leak in my unit. Third stack.
Yeah,
How do we monitor that? You just keep checking, make sure you don't have water on the floor?
and
Or
that's,
you're seeing-
Ours came through the air conditioner.
well, that's the problem, it varies.
Most of them do.
So the most recent one, the lady in 1508 called me up, Easter weekend, and she's had a leak on her floor. She just had, she never had a leak, she didn't know what it was, so I went up to 1608, there was nobody in 1608, and the water was shut off. So I went up to 1708, well, a new renter had just moved in to 1708 a couple of days prior. It took a couple of days, so 1608 didn't notice anything, and you couldn't see anything in 1608, except you could see if you open that closet where the hot water tank is, they had a little cutout in the wall, and I could see water dripping from 1708. So when I went up to 1708, they had just got in there a couple of days and turned on their water, and that's when the leak happened. So when I turned their water off, the leak stopped. But, telling them to have no water, but that's the thing. There was no way, there's no way to tell. There's no way
But
to
how do
tell.
we get in to repair that? Because it's under the concrete.
So that's what I was saying. They cut it off at the slab because they can't dig under the concrete, and they redirect the pipe through the wall and up
Oh,
over
wow,
to the
wow.
ceiling.
Oh,
So it's like they have to do 8 cutouts.
So you get a lot of, PVC piping going on.
Yeah, so the best thing to do is try to, filter your water, the filter, it helps the pipes. And just make sure you turn off your water. If you're not here a lot, somebody should come in your unit and turn on and off the water and run it like at least every month. Not every two, yeah, because if the pipes are not good when they get dry, they start cracking, and these are old cast iron pipes that crack with anything, so.
And some people are gone for a while.
So
Yeah.
just put the water on and open up the faucet?
Yeah, just leave it running.
Because I'm watching my next door neighbor.
Yeah.
The water's on, of course.
Yeah.
Are you gonna send out a email just to let the
Maybe
public know, like people that are in Connecticut or up north?
Yeah, it's actually in our rules and regulations that you're supposed to,
Yeah,
but I always send out reminders, I'll send that one out, yeah. and it's-
Elaine, you got a
That
question?
and
Dan?
AC, the AC, they need to clean out their ACs too, we're having a problems with the AC stacks being clogged up too now, especially now this time of year, everybody's starting to use them a lot. Tower 2, we've had to, I'm gonna have them all cleaned out actually, so, but even still, you should maintain them.
Go ahead.
Would leak detectors help
They
put
might.
it in your air conditioning under your sink?
I could put it in your hot water heater for sure.
They might.
Air handler, which I still can't get used to saying, for your furnaces and your hot water. heater.
Yeah. You should have an alarm in the hot water, right in the tank, in the hot water heater tank,
And
and
these, they're not expensive and you
Yeah.
can find
Correct.
them and you stick them wherever you have a.
And folks can be proactive and get in front of this and hire, the 5-star does a great job and they'll probably charge a lot less than that.
I would not recommend 5-star, because 5-star has been good for me, but he does not come out to other people, apparently, like the other
Oh,
people
really?
complain to me,
I
yeah,
didn't
they're
know
like, why did you recommend that person? I'm like, well, he comes to me right away, but I think he saves all of his attention for his big clients, like his preferred clients, and so, yeah, I'm not
He did a
recommending it
great
to
job, I think.
anybody anymore.
But anyway, you could get in front of it with whatever plumber you use.
For us, yeah, no,
And
he's
they'll-
good for me.
They'll
but I
cut
don't wanna
that and
share
do
it.
the overhead for you.
That's one of the reasons when, if you do remodeling of your unit, they tell you to take the plumbing up overhead. So
Yep.
if you did my units, everything's up overhead.
Same here. That's what
Nothing's
it
in
is.
top
Yep,
and
correct.
A
We
good
did the same
person
thing.
will tell you that, yeah.
I just have one question.
We have 10
that
minutes
bothers me. I look down from the 12th floor and I'm here with the iron fences or aluminum fence. there's the blue water pipe between that, like flower wall we have out there and the fence. And I was wondering, what is that blue pipe for? Is it accessible if it's a fire department one or whatever?
You're talking about out here?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think that's our freshwater intake, isn't it?
Oh,
That is our freshwater intake.
I mean, if it needs, to be repaired in the future, is that, well, I guess they'll just take the fence down.
it's not an issue. No, they can just come
Oh, yeah.
inside.
It's PVC too, and you are,
There's room there.
isn't that PVC?
What that?
No. We had to
Right.
turn that off when we had that big leak, and there was no problem turning it on and off or getting by there, yeah.
For the men to get there to fix it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Ross went and turned it on, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think.
It's very accessible.
But
All right, we don't have much time left.
Okay, I'm done. Sorry. Thank you.
We got 9 minutes and we still got the AC committees. So we can move quickly through the old business. Speaking of 5-star, we have to begin the process of the cleanouts. We're gonna start with our first stack. This is something we've talked about, over the last 9 months, really. I mean, there is some good news here, right? I know we budgeted like 70,000. We're probably not gonna get anywhere near that number. Because the pipes, what we're being told might be a little better than we initially thought, which is good news. But we're gonna find out shortly, so we're gonna begin that process. So if we can have a motion for the 8 stack, we'll start with the 8 stack and work our way down. I think it's $2,400 per stack if they do two, $1,200 per.
1,200 for one, yeah.
For each, well, there's 2 per stack
So-
that we're putting in. So that'll be the first one. So-
I'll make a motion that we move forward with cleaning out the stack, starting with 8.
Second, the motion.
All in favor? Aye.
I,
Aye.
Okay,
Well,
motion's
eight.
passed. Okay. We're not gonna be talking about the doors. So there was a motion to award,
It's the call boxes next.
yeah, the call boxes. Veterans access to add FO, the fob access to double doors on T1.
No, I don't think we're talking about that, are we?
I think we are, right?
yeah, this is just for five.
This is just for the fobs.
Yeah.
That is not to do with the door.
Oh.
It does have to do. it.
That's what I
We
said.
have to do it at the same time, actually.
Yeah.
So we should table
All right,
that.
We can table that one as well.
Okay, that's what I asked earlier.
We can
Why don't we
approve all
just
of
approve
them
it?
and then just, or we can just table. them.
That price is not changing.
We can't hear.
So, okay, so let's approve that. That price is not gonna change. Might as well implement it, right?
I guess.
All right, so we can get a motion for the fob.
All right, make a motion to move forward with veteran access to add fob access to the double doors.
So
I'll
Second.
second. Oh,
all in favor? Aye.
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 Okay. And then retrofit the call boxes to cellular. That needs to be done. I mean, the hard wires or hard lines are getting abandoned, pretty quickly here. So we need a motion to approve that.
I'll
I'll make the motion.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Aye.
Then safety first retrofit, the monitoring of the elevators. Again, that's part of it. This can wait, we can move this down a little bit, I guess.
Well, I was gonna suggest Tower One should try it out and we'll see how that works.
It's gonna work fine, but
You're so gracious.
cellular technology.
Of course, nothing that we've done with Right Way or the elevators has worked out well the first try.
Oh, this is
So
not
that-
Right Way.
My only point is, maybe we ought to test it some.
Okay, well, T1 will be the victim, I guess, that's fine. All right,
It's not gonna cost us any more to do.
no, it's not,
Right.
so we need a motion for that.
So,
Make a motion to award safety to retrofit our cellular service for the monitoring of our elevators.
For Tower 1,
Tower 1 over.
okay. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, AC Tower 1.
I'll be very quick this time.
Hi, Elaine. Thank you for your patience, and sorry for running late.
Very quickly, one of the things that we talked about is possibly, have we ever considered solar panels?
We have,
And they just wanted to bring that up again, that maybe as we do our building renovation, it's something that we might look at. I I don't remember what we talked about, but it would be worthwhile to sort of reopen that. The North Pedestrian Walkway, we're having issues because it's, when it rains, it floods and it's muddy. And
Where?
You know, the new north,
Yeah.
it's dirt.
She said that gets.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yes, and thank you, because we did get the bushes cut, but we need to get that on a regular maintenance, so people don't have to feel like they're cutting with a machete to get out and in. And also, there's no light there, so I don't know that we could put a light there, but maybe some of the walkway lights. If we do get it paved, maybe some walkway lights there would add a little bit of extra safety for night as they're coming in and out. Also, as we do, large projects, we know you have your tracker. It was brought up that maybe we need to make sure that we get good setup with ongoing maintenance for these things. Like the walkway was great, but it wasn't being trimmed. So make sure that we follow up with getting it on the appropriate maintenance schedules or whatever. And Sandy, I know you've got the tracker, so I know that's probably part of it. Last thing, landscape committee. I referred this to Patty, and Patty let me know that they are working on getting some flowers in the triangle out there by the pool, because it was looking a little empty. And also she's meeting with the group tomorrow. There are 2 tree stumps that they'll be looking to see if they need to have those drilled out where they cut down 2 trees. And there's also, and I think I referred this to you, on the, let me think, I gotta think, north side of the building going into our garage. Between the 2 entries, there is a large limb on the bushes there that is dead. So that needs to be cut down. So those things have been referred to the landscape committee, and I think since that was kind of.
I've already talked to AGM about it.
I said it. That's all I have.
That's it?
I have something about the landscaping. They cut the bushes from the pool south and downstairs in our garage. When you walk out to the pool gate, all the bushes that had grown up from the pool gate south were all cut to the concrete, to the wall level. But they didn't cut the north side, but they cut the south side. And those bushes help to defer somewhat of the sun and somewhat of the rain. So I would appreciate it if whoever's doing the landscaping would be advised to please let them grow back up.
Patty,
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Mine's even shorter because I don't have one.
are you serious?
Serious. Wow.
How the heck did that happen?
No question. I'm sure a lot of people have family in, so we just canceled. I
Okay, I need a month like that here. That's awesome.
know, it was stunning to me too. I do have 3 comments, however, personal comments. I had my breaker box changed out yesterday. They did a fantastic job. They did have to cut out some of the drywall.
Yeah, it's a bigger box.
Bigger. They were wonderful. They were pleasant. They cleaned up after themselves. It was just a very, except for that, I recommend that if you're gonna have this done, go someplace else for the day because the noise was incredible. 2,
Who did you use? Owen?
and Alex and Maverick. You're all looking at double doors, automatic doors and storm shutters. You won't regret it. You really won't regret it.
Yeah, well, I like your setup, and that's kind
Yeah,
of.
and we don't need at the back, the shutters, particularly for water, but it does help when we get those horrible rains coming in.
Yeah.
But what it does is because they're automatic, if you get that wind and people go out those back doors, the door slam shut. And if you put the shutters down, people have to go out front. You don't have that wear and tear on the doors. And the automatic doors are one of the best things we've done. If you're trying to get a card in, you have that automatic door, you just run in.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's great feedback. Appreciate it. That's everything? Are there any other questions? If not, we're gonna ask for an adjournment.
You have to ask.
Yeah, you gotta make a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you, Don.
Thank you. 8 o'clock on the dot.
That's how we manage it. Thank you.
Okay. Hey.